I thought I would come out with a Cardano video today because I saw some very interesting things in the chart and in the Cardano astrology. I don't know anyone out there who's looking at the Cardano astrology. That's what we do on this channel. We look at the technical analysis and see if we can get an edge by looking at the astrology. And this is based on the birth chart, the Genesis block of Cardano. So, today we have been getting a crypto dump. Let's talk about if could be a good buy opportunity. I bought some Cardano because I saw some interesting things. I bought a little bit, not like crazy all in or anything like that. And so we headed down a bit today to 62,000 about. And one interesting thing is if we look at the weekly scale, we go to the RSI. And we are seeing possibly continued bullish divergence, but we do need to get an uptick here. And that would be potentially very bullish. If we look as they're, in previous bull runs, we continued up and up with bullish divergence. But even here in May 2021, we broke down and headed up one last time and hit this trend line as resistance, but then that was the peak. So even if we do that, that's interesting. Even if we head down below, if we go like this, even if we head down below like this, we could come up here and hit that as resistance, and that could be the market peak, if that makes sense. And if we look at the stochastic RSI, see if we can see any hints. Definitely some weakness there on the stochastic RSI. It's starting to head down with the momentum. But we actually saw something a bit similar back in arguably 2021, where we headed down like this. And then we tried to get back up, but it got rejected and fell down here. That was actually right before the market peak. You see we headed down here, and then we headed back up towards this market peak at the very end. All right, so hopefully we see something like that for the bulls out there. Now, the interesting thing is that if we look, well, we'll look at the astrology in a second, but let's really quick dive into let's take a look at the Cardano versus Bitcoin. All right, still not too exciting, still showing some weakness here. And if we look at the stochastic RSI, it's breaking down, but we're right at this 40 level, which historically has been a major area of support or resistance. In the bull run, that's where we want to hit as support. So yeah, we really want to see this head up from now, and that would be really bullish. Cardano versus Bitcoin. We are right on that level. Wow. And then if we go to the stochastic RSI, we have already bottomed out. So if we head up from here with the stochastic RSI, we could get a big inflow of momentum. We could actually get a major pump if the macro markets head up, especially for crypto. So if we get an altcoin run, Cardano is probably going to do very well. All right. And could have a big inflection of momentum into the market. Now, if we look at the Cardano astrology, here's where things get a little bit more interesting. So if you're not an astrology lover, you might want to leave. If you are an astrology lover, you're going to love this. We are getting this transit on June 9th, which could signal... What's interesting is Saturn opposing the Sun. I mean, you could consider it quite negative, but Saturn represents hard work. And as long as in the past few years, or really the past many years, if Cardano is in high integrity, Saturn loves high integrity. If the developers have been doing a good job, haven't had any major issues, slow and steady progress with the Cardano network, then this could actually be bullish transit because Saturn rewards hard work. Saturn opposing the Cardano Sun there. We do have, Jupiter squaring the Cardano Sun, slight negative, so we could continue. We're already getting a dump And it could continue a little bit more dumping in the next day or two. Certainly possible. I wouldn't count that out. And then we get some more positive transits, and then we start getting really positive towards the end of the month. We get Jupiter sextile the Cardano Venus. Jupiter, the planet of expansion, with a positive sextile to the Cardano Venus. Venus is the planet of money and what we value, so that could be an expansion of the value of Cardano on June 30th. That's looking quite good. And then the next month, what's really interesting is we get Uranus trining the Cardano Sun. I mean, the Uranus is the planet of technology and crypto. Trining the Cardano Sun is very, very positive, and could bring an explosive move, could bring an explosive breakout for Cardano either in July or August. So that's looking really good. And then we get another couple positive transits. Jupiter sextiling the Cardano Mars, which could bring an explosive move on August 1st. And then Jupiter trining the Cardano Neptune, which could bring some euphoria on around August 4th. So that has me feeling pretty bullish on Cardano with the astrology that we're looking at here. And the fact that we just got a dump here, you know, of course, that's a little bearish in the short term. But everything we're looking at, if we can get an altcoin run here, this could be very good, because when Cardano breaks out, it can be extremely, extremely explosive, as we looked in the last bull run, and get a final blow off top. So we'll see if we can get something like that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next one. If you haven't already, definitely subscribe, support this channel, share it with a friend or family member who's investing in Cardano, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.